We have breaking news now. Police are chasing suspects following a gas station robbery in Cicero.
Chris Habermel is in CBS Skywatch tracking this chase. Chris.
And this pursuit has just ended up in a bailout here. We've got, looks like a 3-flat. Officers are going up the stairway. They're running after several suspects that bailed out of a car in an alley here on the west side. So officers have been from Cicero PD, Chicago Police Department. We've got different investigating agencies here that were been involved in a pursuit that basically started all the way back by Cicero, made its way inbound on the Ike, back outbound on the Ike, a couple of times around the perimeter of the Chicago smokeout and the Windy City smokeout, and then back westbound at high speed underneath the L tracks, the elevated tracks on Lake Street, all the way over towards Hamlin, and then they zigzag back into an alley right now. Be getting you a little bit better location in just a second. There's a white car, 4-door vehicle. They pulled into the alley, doors were open, they made a run for it. They bailed out as the car was still moving. You can see that alley and the frame are off to the right. So now it's turned into a foot pursuit. We've got several suspects that are on foot in this neighborhood. We will get ourselves into a better position to look down and see exactly what may be transpiring as far as are those officers getting close. Have they made any arrests whatsoever? Have they caught up with any of the suspects? There were at least 2 that bailed out. There may have been more, but as we were coming around the corner, we're up underneath the trees. We saw at least 1 suspect go up this stairwell, this open stairwell, and now officers had gotten wind of that and they followed up there. So don't know if they're in an apartment of somebody they know, if they're banging on doors trying to get in there, trying to hide from the officers or not. So this is a developing story. There are a lot of moving parts to this. It's been very dynamic. It's been high speed, low speed, on the Eisenhower, on surface streets, around the west side here. And right now we've got this foot pursuit, and we are in the process of trying to find out exactly where everybody, all the key players are in this. So we will follow this with Skywatch. We will come back as soon as we get some more developments here, because a lot of this is happening internally on this building. But we'll turn around some of the footage and show you coming up here the terminal part of the pursuit with the vehicle stopping in the alley and the suspects running away. So we'll be here on the west side in Skywatch. As soon as we get more information and we'll give you something a little bit more visual, we will come right back to you. Joe and Erica, back to you.
Yeah, Chris, thank you. We actually have a question for you. If we could stay with the CBS Skywatch as it zooms out there, you can see the area that Chris is talking about. You know, we were worried about the severe weather threat for Windy City Smokeout, but you said at one point the chase was near the perimeter of that large event as well. Is that right?
Yes, it came around the perimeter. It was on Paulina at one time. It went back and forth on Van Buren. We had this suspect vehicle exit and enter the outbound Eisenhowers several times in the vicinity, and they actually made an end run around the eastern edge of the Windy City Smokeout. Aside from hearing some sirens off in the distance, people would be hard-pressed with the music that's going on and everybody being involved in the entire festival, the entire event. They would be basically hard-pressed to have known that anything other than a police response was going on there on the perimeter there. They didn't really interact with any of the crowd. They avoided getting anywhere close to the festival goers there. But the closest they really got to him, besides Paulina, was heading back westbound at high speed on Lake Street underneath the L tracks. So officers are filtering out into this neighborhood. There's a lot of different items in the back of the homes here. There's a boat and a vehicle, an SUV it looks like, and a bunch of other belongings that are kind of packed in tight back here, affording innumerable places for anybody who is on the lam to hide. So we will track that down, and as soon as we get more, we'll come right back to you.
All right, Chris, one more question for you before we let you go. You can see the number of police officers there on scene. There are a lot of them there. It makes me wonder what it was that has them on the trail of these suspects, because as we all know, it's quite controversial when you talk about policy when it comes to chases and police chases and when they're called off. But to hear you describe where this chase has gone and the ground it's covered around Chicago, can you tell us any more about why we've seen this presence?
The initial word that we had is that was started by a different agency. It was started by the Cicero Police Department and came into the jurisdiction of the city of Chicago. So the city of Chicago, obviously, we have a situation where you have suspects that are wanted. This was one of 3 vehicles that was being sought in connection with a robbery of a gas station in suburban Cicero. So obviously you have the element that you may have individuals who are armed, and you want to make sure that once this comes to some sort of a conclusion that you have enough units on scene to set up a perimeter. You're going to need extra officers to do searches, not only securing the perimeter, but going inside there from house to house, building to building, room to room, floor to floor, and all of the different background areas here through the alley. Of course, when you get in there, you can see earlier on, we turned around the
Chris,
tape
I just want to ask you to pause there for a moment. We're going back through that video that you were talking about right as that police chase was headed into this subdivision. We could see exactly what you were talking about. While the car was still moving, one of the suspects appeared to be in a white T-shirt, jumped out, bailed out, ran up the steps. We could see him going up there, up the steps, and then to the left, possibly inside one of those units. And as you described, several police officers then followed after into those units. But just to go back over what we've seen here, this is video from just moments ago where the white car, it looked like a white sedan, was traveling on one of the side streets. As it came to a slow roll, someone jumped out, ran in between some of the housing, and then up the stairs. And now it looks like we've paused this video, but back to this live shot here. This is a current view of the scene where you can see many officers in the squads circling the block. We've seen, as Joe, you mentioned, many officers on foot. Quite a large police response to this, and it going from one jurisdiction in Cicero, suburban Cicero, now with many CPD units responding.
Chris, can you tell?
Indeed, and what's going to happen? Yeah, Joe and Erica, basically, well, one of the things that it's kind of a tall order for any police officer that's been involved in a pursuit. You may see 1 or 2 or 3 heads in the back through the back window. Tough to tell. We have to get a good close look at the car to see how heavily tinted those windows may have been. You don't know how many occupants may have been in there. As soon as they entered the alleyway going southbound off of Lake Street, kind of in the vicinity of Lake and Hamlin, once they got off into the alleyway and those doors came open, the officers exactly knew what was going to happen. Even with that car still under forward momentum, the doors swung open, the passengers, occupants of that vehicle, as well as the driver, all bailed, and everybody went in different directions. And so that's kind of your standard MO of how things go down when you've got a bunch of people that obviously have been pursued. They know they're being pursued. They want to get away. They're going back and forth through neighborhoods. How are we going to do this? So once they park the car, they split all different directions of the compass. That's why you have so many officers out here.
All right, well, we'll see what happens, because it does seem like they were sort of trapped, if you will, on the 3rd floor of that building that they ran into. We'll see, though, still police fanning out across this neighborhood. Chris, thanks very much. As you said, we'll be in touch. Let us know if anything happens out there.
Yes, Chris, thank you.